Here, everybody. Oh, my word, we have made it. We have made it. And we have made it from 2020 right through to now, where the new beginnings slowly start happening. So 2026 adds up to 10. And I just want to show you quickly. I've got a chair in front of me. I want to show you what the energy of the number 10 is made up of. And if you add 1 plus 0 together, you get a 1. And we go in cycles from 1 to 9. And last year in 2025, we ended on a 9 year, which was a year of endings and healing and letting go. And now we are at the new beginning. And it'll be a slow jump away because we are in a 2 month in January. And so it'll be slow in January and it'll pick up speed in February. So hold your hats, people. It's coming. So I'm going to drop the screen here. And there you can see 2026, 2 plus 2 plus 6 adds up to 10. And 10 says blessed for success. And so this is where we're going. We are blessed for success. We have made it through one of the worst wars ever, even though it may not have felt like a war in the sense of what you expect a war to look like, but we've most definitely been in a war, a spiritual war, and we are through the other side. Now, 10 is made up of a 1 plus a 0. So 10, 1 plus 0 adds up to 1, and 1 just says, challenge accepted. This is new beginnings, and challenge accepted. 1 is notorious for being afraid of both success and of failure, and it likes to kind of stick to the safe middle lane on the highway. Doesn't want to go in the fast lane, doesn't want to be in the slow lane, it sticks to the middle lane. But next year for humanity, it's challenge accepted. There's no other way to move forward. And then having the 0 at the end of it, limitless potential, limitless potential. And there you can see she's holding a cosmic egg there, and you can hatch from that whatever you want. You can hatch something really beautiful or something completely the opposite. Or you can just leave the egg out in the cold and it doesn't hatch at all. So these are the energies of which 2026 is made up of. And then I really want to encourage you to go and read my blog. So I don't want to make this one too lengthy, but I want you please, please, please to go and read my blog. So the link will be at the bottom here. But you can go to janetnumerology.com, and on the tabs here, you will find the tab that says blog. And here you will see 2026, when power comes home. And if you click on that, you will see that 2026, the number 26, here's card number 2026. The number 26 is family business, 2 is partnerships, and 6 is family. And this is, in fact, my life partner, Kharach, here on his tractor. And so family business is the way forward this year. So there we go. Please go and watch that so that you can understand what's coming up and be ready for that. Okay, so January 2026 adds up to 10, so it's a 1 year new beginnings, a couple of false starts, a couple of dead ends and blind alleys, but remember how many tries it took to make the light bulb. So every dead end or hold up or disappointment is just a process of elimination. Okay, that one didn't work, or okay, this is not doing so great, so let's switch tactics. So set your goals at the beginning of this year. Very important, set your goals. And this is global energy, so set your goals globally for where you want the world to go. And do those vision boards, and remember, challenge accepted. Okay. So we're going to decode your month and your personal year wisdom and oracle insight. And January is current global 1 year and a global 2 month. Now, the 1 and the 2 fight a little bit with each other. The 1 is yang, the 2 is yin, or the 1 is get going, get doing, and action, and the 2 is receptive and waits and listens. And so we've got 2 completely conflicting energies here. Then that is why January is going to get off to a slow start, and you may find yourself being a little bit decisionless in January because of the polarity of the 2. Must I go left? Must I go right? Must I stay where I am now? Must I move? All of those kind of things will come up. And so take a deep breath in January, at the beginning of January, and then exhale. The 2 is all about exhaling. Drop your shoulders, exhale, set your goals, and get ready for February to hit the ground running. So for 2026, your personal year is different to 2025. So again, write down your day and month of birth and the current year, which is now 2026. So I've chosen a date here, random, 14th of the 10th month, 2026. Then you add all the digits together, 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6, which gives you 16. And if you've got a double number here, then you add the 1 plus the 6 together to get 7. So you keep adding until you get to a single number. And remember to use the current year, which is 2026, and not your birth year. So here is a table, and you can pause the video if you like. So if your day and your month of birth adds up to whichever numbers it adds up here, you will find that your personal year number is next to that there. So you can check yourself, or you can just come and work it out here. And this is for the entire 2026. So make a note of this. Okay. So I'm now going to select a card for the global energy of 2026. The other cards have been pre-selected for your monthly energies. Let me just get this so that's showing what I'm doing. So I'm shuffling, and these are my numerology oracle cards. My numerology oracle cards, which you can also buy from my website. And I'm going to select a card with muscle testing. So there we go. So muscle testing, and I'm using, this is what this hand here is doing. Okay, so I'm going to split it, this pile or that one, process of elimination, this one or that one, this one or this one, this one or that one, that one or that one, that card or that card, or that card, that card, that card, that card. Okay, there we go. So let's just get these out of the way and turn this over. Okay, and I'll hold it up there now. Just wanted to see so long that I'm not switching cards or anything. So there we go. So we're going to have a look at what this card says. And there we've got a number 29. So we've just come out of a 9 year in 2025, and we've gone into a 2 month in January. Even though it's a 1 year, remember I said it's off to a slow start, it's a 2 month. So we've got the 2 from the month energy of January, and the 9 still lingering there from 2025 remnants. 2 plus 9 is 11, which gives you access to higher knowledge, and it asks you to be in service of a higher calling. And 11, 1 and 1 is 2. So the overall energy here is 2, which is the month energy of January. In fact, January, the full energy is in 11-2. So that is awesome. And this is Inspired Earth Angel. So what I've decided, because it's a 1 year, it's all about goal setting and action and getting going, I'm going to read the fourth paragraph on each card in this reading, which is the action paragraph. And so number 29, the action says, pause and listen deeply. What stirs your soul? What ignites your inner fire and draws you closer to your purpose? Seek out those whose energy mirrors your own and form a community that nourishes your spirit. Trust in the synchronicities that guide you and step forward into your light, offering others the peace and wisdom they have longed for. And the affirmation says, I am a living beacon of light, aligned with my soul's true purpose. Guided by intuition, I attract those who uplift my spirit. I embrace my sacred mission, radiating wisdom and compassion in every step. And remember, it's a 1 year, so challenge accepted. That's your motto for this year. Challenge accepted. So, right, let's get going. So you don't have to listen to the entire recording. You can look below this video and you will find that there are timestamps there, and you can go to your personal year for 2026 and then find what your personal month is and what card I have drawn for you and what words of wisdom I have. Okay, so there we go. Cards that came up for January. I don't usually do this, but I just had to do it because there was a definite theme that came up here. You'll see this is personal year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. They're cards. And you'll see we have the 7s coming through there and there and there. So the first personal year 1, 2, and 3 have all got the 7 energy in there. And then personal year 4 has got this card number 18 there, which also adds up to 9. 83, we've got the 3 in there. We've got the 3 in this one. And here we've got 2 months running. We've got 2 personal years running. We've got Imagineering and Imagineering number 30. So that's that 3 with a limitless potential. And then we have for November a pure 3. So we've got 3s here, 3s here, 3s, 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 which is all about creativity and reading the signs and symbols of the universe around you. We've got the 7s, which is all about going within and finding out who you are and using your expertise. And then we've got December, that's a pure 9 card. And we've got April, that is an 18, which adds up to 9. So there were like these themes of 3s and 7s and 9s coming through everywhere in the cards. Okay. So if your month of birth adds up to 9, 18, 27, or 36, you are in a personal 1 year for the entire year. And your personal month number is 2. So like I said, the 1 and the 2 fight a little bit with each other. Everybody's numbers are going to fight with each other in January. So the 1 says go, go, go. And the 2 says, no, wait, just wait. And there will all be all kinds of delays. So it's a good month for just exhaling and getting ready to really hit the ground running. Watch your immune system, pay attention to detail, and realize that you may be a little bit triggered because 2 is a very sensitive number. And the card that came up for you is card number 77, spirituality, philosophy, and faith. And so this is double 7s, which is all about spiritual wisdom. So you've just come out of your 9 year where you've had to let go but there's still a little bit of spiritual work for you to do in January. So let's have a look at the action. I'm looking at the action now. So the action says, step forward with fearless conviction, embracing spiritual growth. Live righteously, grounded in your truth, and stand firm against temptation. Seek deeper truths beyond the surface of existence. Let your thirst for knowledge guide you through diverse philosophies and spiritual practices. Allow your restless soul to travel, expand your understanding, and deepen your connection with the divine. Strive for the highest state of spiritual, emotional, and mental maturity, for this is the sacred path of your soul's awakening. Okay, great stuff. Do this last bit of work. All right. So if your date of day and month of birth adds up to 10, 19, 28, or 37, then in 2026, you are in a personal year 2, and your month number is 3. So the 2 year is all about slowing down, listening to your intuition, and you cannot push or force anything in a 2 year. You have to wait for it to come to you. But it's great for detail focus. It's great for sorting out conflicts. And it's great for negotiating contracts. So there we go. And your personal month number energy is 3, which is asking you to be creative, to problem solve, and a whole host of other wonderful things connected to the 3, like using your creativity, and maybe there's some studying that you want to do. And here we've got the 7 again in the card. This is card number 17. Keep reaching for the stars. So personal year 2, personal month 3, keep reaching for the stars. So 7 is a lot of individual work on your own business. And 7 is a very individual number. So there we go. It's me, myself, and I. That's the one. 7, doing my internal work, using my wisdom, being on my own, doing the analytical work or the research or whatever it is. So whatever it is that you're starting, keep it a little bit close to your chest for a while. So card 17, what is the action for that? And the action for card 17, which is the 4th paragraph, says, trust the quiet whispers of your intuition. Allow your unique wisdom to guide your career decisions. And don't be afraid to walk a path others may not understand. Create in silence, grounded in your inner truth. Recognize that challenges are part of the mystical flow, guiding you toward your true self. There we go. Okay. So if your day and month of birth adds up to 2, 11, 20, 29, or 38, then you are in a personal year 3. And this is the year in which you are going to do a lot of socializing. You're going to be very creative. You're going to feel chatty. You should feel upbeat. If you're not feeling upbeat and positive about life, and if you don't have a little bit of a spring in your step, then you could be in the negative of the 3. And then you need to change what you are doing so that you're doing something that makes you happy and that really fulfills you, because then you cannot be depressed at the same time. So your personal month is number 4, and the 3 and the 4 fight. The 3 says, oh, I want to plan, I want to have fun. And the 4 says, no, you've got work to do and you've got to be there on time and you've got to plan it. And remember your budget, you can't overspend. And the 3 is like, oh, I don't want to work on budgets. I just want to have fun, you know. And the 4 says, no, put some money away for a rainy day. So January may have a little bit of a saving aspect to it where you need to put some money away. But it's also planning. How are you going to use this creative year? And the card that's come up for you is card number 37. So there you've got your 3 years coming in there. And we've got the 7 still after your 2 year last year where you were doing quite a lot of internal work. And so 37 is all about study. And this could be intellectual studies, it could be spiritual studies, but the 3 and the 7 together are magical numbers, however you're going to apply them. So 3 deals with memory, 7 deals with deep understanding. And so if you're going to be learning, it's a good month for that, especially with the personal month 4, which says knuckle down, set up a schedule, get a routine going, and tick the boxes, get it done. So the action steps for card number 37 are, drum roll, there we go. Trust your own sovereign intuition. Seek no permission. Court no second guessing. Follow the quiet fire within you to the course or path that calls your soul to expansion. Keep your decisions sacred if necessary, protecting it from the doubts of others. Set your goals with deliberate clarity and choose your method of study, alone, in a circle of seekers, or at a formal institution. Know this, your journey is not yours alone, and it is the furnace where your genius will be honored to brilliance. So yes, this journey is not yours alone. So there are many people that are on this path to higher learning with all the new things that are coming in and new opportunities. So there we go. All right. So if your month of birth, day and month add up to 3, 12, 21, 30, or 39, then you're in a personal year 4. Now your personal year 4 is for the entire 2026, and it's a year of hard work. Put some money away for a rainy day. Watch your spending in a year 4, and it's a year of laying new foundations. And so it takes money to make money, or so they say. And so you may have to put a little bit of money into renovations or buying new computers or building on an office or a home office or something like that. So personal year 4, hard work, but also spiritual tests. But remember that you can score 100% for a test. And isn't that just the most amazing feeling? And your personal month number is 5. So 4 and 5. 5, the 4 says, knuckle down, do the planning, get a routine. And the 5 says, if I like, I'll do it. If I don't like, I won't do it. And the 5 is looking for all kinds of excuses to get out and about, to travel, to do different things. And it's very distracted. So the card that has come up for you, personal year 4, which is all about, the 4 is the number also of the builder. And this card says, if it's to be, it's up to me. So maybe you've got some renovations or some alterations or some new building, and it is not necessarily houses and things that you're building. You could be building systems. The 4s are system builders. And here we've got the number 18, which says, source the funding, find the funding, put your business plan together, and see where funding is coming available soon. So the 5 months says, think out of the box. What is it that you want to build? What is it that you want to manifest? So great stuff. Have a beautiful month. Get all your things that need fixing and that need maintenance. You know what they say? A stitch in time saves 9. So off you go. Hard work for you. Just do it and tick those boxes. Okie ducks. So if your day and month of birth add up to 4, 13, 22, 31, or 40, then you are in a personal year 5. And this is for the whole of 2026. And I've just got this image now, and that song's coming into my mind. Not one I particularly like, but something about who let the dogs out. And then, you know, you just have this vision of these gates opening and the dogs being let out into these fields and just running wild. That's kind of a little bit of the feeling that you might have this year with your 5 year. So there we go. 5 is all about freedom, but it's also full of temptations. and watch any addictions that you may have. But it's a great year for marketing. It's a great year for coming up with new ideas, for putting in any kind of system or app or whatever it is that connects you to other people. So whether it is on the internet with a website, or whether you've got a social media site, or whatever it is, personal year 5 lends itself to that. And market. It's not what you know this year, it's who you know. And your personal month number is 6, and the 5 and the 6 fight. The 5 says, I don't want responsibilities. I don't want commitments. Just leave me, let me do whatever I like, whenever I like. And the 6 says, no. You have to be responsible, and you have to be honest, and you have to be filled with integrity. And remember that blood is thicker than water. This is all about family and your home. So the card that's come up for you is geopathic intuition. So it could be because of the personal month 6, which has to do with the home, that you need to maybe have a look at the feng shui of your home. Maybe you need to have a look at where your bed is placed. Maybe if you're not sleeping well, you need to move your bed. Maybe you need to block the view of your front door from the street. I don't know what it is that you need to do, but to ignore the earth energies, it seems this month, is not a good idea. So geopathic intuition also means you can work with a pendulum, and these are dowsing rods, and so on and so on. And so I don't know how this is going to fit in with you. If you're doing energy work, it may be that you'll be dowsing for people that are building new businesses or something. Or it could just be that you need to use your skills to help the world move forward in some way or another, or that you're moving home and you need to check out the energies of the place that you are buying, or the farm that you are buying. Maybe you need to go and douse and see if there's water there. If you need to drill a well or something like that. So let's see what the action steps say, and see if we get a little bit more clarity on what it is that you need to do here. So, action. Build an efficient team focused on achieving the collective goals of any project. Form a trusted partnership, ensuring all agreements are solidified with legal contracts. Explore energetic practices that work with ley lines, meridians, and acupuncture points. So remember, the body also has its energy lines. Investigate modalities such as feng shui to enhance harmony, and examine the interactions of fire, wood, water, earth, and metal within the body, home, and environment. Okay, so there you go. Drop me a message and tell me how this fits in with your life at the moment. Okay, so if your day and month of birth add up to 5, 14, 23, 32, or 41, then you are in a 6 year for the whole of 2026. And so everybody in the family waits for you to get into your 6 year. And then the children need their tonsils removed, and you suddenly need to move home, or there is an issue in your relationship, or you suddenly need to take care of your parents that are aging. Or if you think that you are on your own and the children have left the home, you may find that they start returning home again because they're just not making it out there. So year 6 has got everything to do with relationships and boundaries and responsibilities and taking care of others. But the crux of the matter is that you have to take care of yourself too. Self-love, boundaries. Okay, business-wise, very good year because it's a very expansive year. Watch your weight and watch your sweet tooth, and you should be fine. So your personal month number is 7. And so these two numbers fight with each other. You know, there's a saying that says being at 6s and 7s, which means to be at odds with yourself. The 6 says, make decisions from the heart. And the 7 says, no, don't bring the heart into this. Let's be logical about this. And so to be at 6s and 7s can put you a little bit at odds. And so you might find yourself being a little bit frustrated or a little bit angry sometimes. But the 7 says rest. So rest up, because you're going to need your energy later in the year. You will see why. So there we go. And the card that comes up for you is Imagineering, card number 30. So it suggests that you may have some problems to solve, and that you'll get very creative about how you're going to solve these problems, to do with the family and to do with how you're going to keep your sanity, have a little bit of space for yourself and get some rest in January, but also how you're going to expand your business. And so this, you can see, is taking off into the great unknown. And there we go. So that's what your business should be doing this year. Okay, but you're going to have to come back down and land sometimes, because you're going to have family stuff to deal with. So there we go, number 30, and the action steps for 30 are: now is the time to say yes to life's invitations. Attend a gathering, join a spontaneous adventure, or dive into a new hobby. Let laughter and lightness lead the way to the next big idea. Study your passions. They are seeds that will flourish into something extraordinary. Dream big, for the world is waiting to see your most colorful visions unfold. Awesome. Right. So if your day and month of birth add up to 6, 15, 24, 33, or 42, then you're in a personal year 7. And after last year's 6 year, where you might have been really tired and tied down with family and children and the home, and you may have had unexpected guests that you had to look after, or people that lost their homes that came to stay with you. I know I had that this year for a few weeks. And so this year you will be looking for activities that give you just a little bit of alone time, a little bit of break, a little bit of time to go within and to be on your own mission, doing your own studying, your own research, your own deep dive into things, and a little bit more time in nature, please. And your personal month number is 8. The 7 and the 8 don't fight too badly. The 7 says you need to be analytical, and the 8 says it's time for business and time to make money. So you are gearing up slowly towards 2027, where you're going to an 8 year, and that is all about business. It's like the apex or the top of the mountain of your 9 year, where everything that you've been working hard for comes together. And so this year is saying, do the analytics, take stock, see where your business is at. What do you keep? What do you leave? Are you flogging a dead horse? What is happening here? And 8 says, focus on your business. Don't get too upset with other people, because the 8 can be quite driven and can get quite angry when people can't keep up with it or put in the same amount of work. And again, just like with the previous personal year 6 and personal month 7, personal month year 7 and personal month 8 is also this card of Imagineering. So you need to do the analytics, come up with some imaginative, creative way of rearranging things, solving problems, doing your business, whatever it is. Or maybe there's some studies that you need to do relating to your business. But it is a month where your focus is on business and sovereignty and autonomy. So you may find yourself getting like rather annoyed this month with the control structures of the world, and feeling really Can't we just get over this and move forward? Okay, so card number 30, the action steps there. Now is the time to say yes to life's invitations. Attend a gathering, join a spontaneous adventure, or dive into a new hobby. Let laughter and lightness lead the way to the next big idea. Study your passions. They are seeds that will flourish into something extraordinary. And remember, I said this 7-year is a year of study, is one of the aspects of it. Dream big, for the world is waiting to see your most colorful visions unfold. And man, in this hot air balloon, I think we've got the most beautiful view, big picture of everything that surrounds you. So if your day and month of birth adds up to 7, 16, 25, 34, or 43, then you are for the entire 2026 in a personal year 8. And your personal month number for January is 9. But personal year 8 is a very specific year, and because it is kind of the climax or the top of the mountain of your entire 9-year cycle, I'm going to spend a little bit of time just explaining to you what the 8 year is all about. So the 8 is when you achieve everything that you have been working on for the past 7 years. And so it is a karmic year, which means that what you put in is what you get out in an 8 year. So if you put some nasties in the last couple of years, then you can expect that karma is going to perhaps hit you a little bit. But if you've been putting some really good things in, and you've been considerate of others, and just really been living in natural law, universal natural law of do no harm, and you've had good intentions, and you've lived a good life, and you've really tried your best to make life better for other people as well, then you could have good karma that's due to you. So you're either in debit or you are in credit. And if you're in credit, the payouts don't always come in the form of money. They sometimes come in the form of opportunities. So look out for those opportunities and always have gratitude for anything good that comes your way. It is a year of hard work. You're going to put in long hours. You will have the stamina for that. You will be strong enough for that. You will need less sleep than usual, but it doesn't mean you must go without sleep at all. That's not the objective. But it is the apex of the last 7 years leading up to this year. So make good use of this year. Be very wary, though, of being too forceful or too authoritarian. Don't forget your family, your loved ones, your children, even if you are putting in long hours at work. And also remember to leave the work demeanor behind when you walk in the front door at home, and to become the loving parent, the loving spouse, the loving partner, the loving friend, whatever it is, because the 8 can really, really upset people sometimes and cause conflicts and clashes. So your personal month number is 9. And in a 9 month, it means there's still things that are closing out. So last year you were in a 7 year, which was a year of deep contemplation and spiritual growth. And so there's something that you are still kind of tying up and letting go related to what you were going through last year, what you were thinking of, what you were taking stock of, which would have been your life and your business. And so you may still have some loose ends to tie up in your business, in your personal life, in your spiritual life, now in January. So although you're going into a very, very strong 8 year, January may still be a little bit emotional, and you may still be letting go of thoughts, beliefs, emotions, relationships, things that are still holding you back. So the 9-month is a month in which unconditional love is going to come up, and it is going to test you. You're going to be tested on that, and that's not just unconditional love and non-judgment towards others, but towards yourself as well, especially coming out of the 7-year, which is hypercritical of the self and others. So let go of all of that and gear yourself up to really get going in your business next month in February, which is 1 month. So you may not hit the ground running yet, but wait for it in February. So the card that's come up for you is unreserved expression. So let's see. Card number 3. And your personal month 9 is 3 times 3. So the 3 most definitely plays into the 9. So the energy of this card speaks, reminding you that you are a bundle of creativity, expression, and pure fun when you're in a positive mindset. It also reminds you that the universe is constantly leaving signs and symbols. Big one, that one. All around you, guiding you and imbuing the ordinary with divine meaning. You're called to embrace playfulness and joy. Just remember to keep it balanced. Don't let it tip into being too frivolous or superficial. So yes, at the beginning of this strong business year, keep your eyes and ears open for signs and symbols. And remember to have some fun this month, because from next month onward, believe you me, you are going to be very, very busy. And you may not have time for fun, although I hope that you do make time for that. And so in a year where business is on the forefront, remember to have fun. Remember to express yourself clearly. So what I find often in the personal year 8, and it can also be in the personal month 9, because you're quite emotional as well, is that your communication with others around you and in your business, whether you're in an authority position or whether you're reporting to others, it doesn't matter, but your communication skills may need a little bit of brushing up, and you may just need to have a little bit of time to think through what it is you want to say to others before you go into meetings and so on. So take time for that, and be sure to put on that smile, walk in the door, and just express. And another aspect of unreserved expression is the creativity of the 3 allows you to come up with very creative solutions to problems. So this is a slow start, a little bit emotional start, still some letting go. Watch your communication, and please, please, please remember to have fun. Month, day, and month of birth adds up to 8, 17, 26, or 35. Then you are in a personal year 9 for the whole of 2026. So this is your year of endings, your year of letting go, your year of forgiving those that have been a part of your life journey, because it's by your own design that you brought certain people into your life to shake you up, to upset you, and to get you to the point where you realize you need to focus on unconditional love, no bias, no judgment, and letting the past go. And your personal month number is a number 1, which ties in nicely with a 1 year globally for 2026. So you are both ending and beginning. So whatever you begin in a 9 year needs to finish by the end of the 9 year. It's not a year in which you start a new 3 or 4 or 5 year project. It's a year which is a stepping stone. So if there are projects that come up now, you can start them, but complete them before the end of the year. It's not a year for moving, and it's not a year for making any big purchases that you're going to be using for a very long time. It's a good year for selling, and it's a good year for letting go. So the card that's come up for you is, in fact, the card number 9, letting go. So you are starting the process. This is the beginning, number 1, of letting go and healing. And 9 also ties in very nicely with the arts. And so the arts is also a beautiful way of healing. So let's see what card number 9 gives me in the action paragraph. And the action paragraph for number 9 is identify what you are holding on to. Any sadness, anger, judgment, and resentment. How is it serving you? What would happen if you let it go? What did you learn that you can help others to heal from in similar situations? What or who did you gain compassion for? Has this given you a cause that you would like to support? What new friends have you made by reaching out for help? Stop blaming others. Find the hidden blessings in the pain. Perhaps you would like to study project management, join an NGO, write poetry, or get more involved with the arts. Dream a little. Focus once more on the beauty and the love around you. So yes, quite an emotional year coming up for you. But remember, everywhere you see the number 1, challenge accepted. I can let things go. I can heal from the past. I can, instead of getting bitter, I can get better. And that is your task for this year. So breathe it in, trust your rhythm, and return next month. So you can go to my shop on my website if you would like to purchase your deck of oracle cards, janetsnumerology.com, and you can also purchase the first 2 of my ebooks on there. Okay, so have a fantastic 2026. Please go and read my blog and start setting your goals for this year. We have a lot of work to do, guys. We are setting up a whole new future and a whole new world. So lots of love from me to you, and I will see you all again next month. Bye for now.